It's cute. It's a chiddush, but it's an interesting idea. You ready? This week's parsha, in the end of the parsha, I'll say it. B'kitzur, Miriam and Aaron said some things about Moshe Rabbeinu that first of all weren't true, and as we know, even if they were true, that's not a head to this big ill of someone. And maybe in the next class we'll discuss some lessons from the Chavetz Chaim about this whole Indian. But for now, you take my word for it. I don't know why the photographer has his glasses down, but for some reason he does.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Okay. So it tells us that Moshe Rabbeinu prayed for his sister Miriam. Kel na rafa na la. Please God, heal her now. Okay? That's it. That's the whole prayer. Kel na rafa na la. 6 words. So why did he do that? Moshe Rabbeinu liked to tell nursery rhymes. Was that his thing? Mary Jane went down the lane.
Wow.
I don't think so, right? So why did he give such a short prayer to heal his sister Miriam? So Rashi brings, why did Moshe Rabbeinu daven more? That the Jewish people shouldn't say, oh, Achoso Amedes B'tzara. When his sister is having a hard time, and that's when he's praying very extensively. Let's see how he prays when a non-family member is in the tzara. It would look like Moshe Rabbeinu was selfish. He didn't want anybody to think that he only prays long for a family, but for a regular member of the Jewish people, he doesn't care so much about. He didn't want that to happen. There would be a big kitruk, there would be a big accusation on him. He didn't want that. So even for his own family, he was mekatzer. He was short in his prayers. So people shouldn't have a time on him, complained against him, that you only care about your family, you don't care about anybody else. Good? That's a simple shot in what Rashi's saying. Very, very strange idea. Because seemingly, no, let him daven longer to Hashem. Okay? And people would understand that a brother davens more for his sister. Just like he's supposed to daven for everybody else. He's supposed to daven lengthy to make sure that the tefillos work. Okay? Just like anybody else that needs Rachim Shemayim. Let him daven long for his sister. Let him daven long for everybody else. And then nobody's going to have a problem with him. Good? And another question you could ask is, maybe that wouldn't be legitimate taina. Let's say he would daven longer for his sister than for his family member. Let's say that would be the case. Would that be a complaint against him? You're supposed to care about your family members. From your own flesh and blood, don't forget about. There is an Indian to care a lot about your family. So let's say he would daven longer for me than for everybody else. Would that really be a valid taina, a valid complaint? In order to understand this, let's discuss the whole idea. The main thing about tefillah is the leiv, is the heart. Rachmana liba boy. Hashem wants the heart. The length of the tefillah doesn't really make a difference. You can daven a long Shemona Esrei. If you don't have the right kavanah, if you don't really feel and your heart's not into it, you think God needs a long prayer. Right? The main thing is the heart. He doesn't care about that then. If a person can accomplish the same thing with davening short, let him davening short. The Gemara tells us in Mesachas Brachos, called she'ef shelo lebakish rachim emachaveroi ve'enu mebakish nikra chote. A person that has the opportunity to daven for his friend and he doesn't, he's called a sinner. Sinner, a chote. Vim tam chacham hu. If the person is a tam chacham, so sheyichla atzma alav. Then he has to get sick over the person. That's sick. The way of a person is that a person is more painful for his friend than for somebody who he's not so close with. It depends on how close you are to the person that you're davening for, right? So this madrega that you have to get sick over the person being sick, right? It's easier to get to that madrega, to that level, when it's somebody you care a lot about, right? Somebody you don't care so much about, it's very hard to get to that madrega when you really get sick over the person being sick, right?
You're a human.
Yeah.
You're not going to mean it.
Therefore, in order for each person to be Mekayim, to fulfill what the Gemara tells us, that you should get sick over the person, the way to do that is to daven lengthy, to daven longer. When you daven longer, it breaks the heart of the person, and therefore you feel more the tsar, the pain of the chola, of the sick person. This is so fascinating. This is so fascinating. So this last point is the very ikanakuda. The longer you daven shows. This is an interesting angle. This step you gotta. This is what you need for the vote. The longer you daven, what does that show? That shows that I'm not so close to this person. Because I have to daven so long to get to the madrega when I really am sick about the person. So I walk in, I see Yanko davening so much, and we know that he's davening for the Cholan community. They were all davening for. There's a public prayer. You see the Rav davens for 2 seconds. Everybody else is still behind schedule. You see the Rav really cared about the person. The other people, if they have to daven longer, it takes them longer to get to that madrega when they really get sick over the person being sick. That's why Moshe Rabbeinu didn't daven so long. Because if you were davening so long for Miriam, that would show that he didn't really care about his sister. You know why I davened so long? Because it took me that long to get to the madrega when I really got sick over my sister. So that would be a great Chilul Hashem. That you don't care about your sister. So he would daven short to show that he cared about his sister, and he was so close to her. So now we know what Rashi was saying. Why wasn't Moshe Rabbeinu? Why did he daven so long? That the Jewish people shouldn't say, your sister is standing in a pain, and you're being lengthy in your davening. The emphasis is on the word lengthy. That's why he was mekatzer. That's why he davened short, to show the Jewish people that he didn't need to daven so long in order to get to the madrega where he physically got sick over his sister being sick. It's a beautiful shot. He davened the dafka specifically short to show, and it wasn't a show, it was a fact. He didn't need to daven so long in order to get to that madrega of the fact that he got sick over his sister being sick. He didn't want to cause any Chilul Hashem. Now, Anivus, why wasn't he humble? This is the biggest idea. The biggest ideal is to show that Anivus doesn't mean to have false midos. If you have a good midah, you have a good midah. Don't pretend to be something that you're not, right? If you are a madrega that you can daven short and have the right kavanah, and you're still sick over your sister's situation, you don't have to daven longer to pretend that you're not in that madrega. That's false on over. You know what I'm saying? That's false humility. That's not humility. That's stupidity. It might rhyme with humility. It might sound like it, but that's stupidity. Somebody asks you a question, and you know the answer. Don't say, I don't know. You know the answer, say the answer. You're not being humble. That's why Hashem gave you the ability. If you have the ability to answer a question, to say shir, to be Ma'abed's Torah, you do it. Don't say, I want to be on him, right? Baruch Hashem, look at me. Anivas. I know how to give a shir. I mean, I'm trying. We'll ask other people if I know how to give a shir. But I physically know how to say the words. Why don't you be humble? That's not called being humble. Being humble means realize that Klapei Hashem, you're nothing. Whatever you have, Hashem gave you. Okay, that's a separate point. I just want to finish this up. So that's what Rashi means, that Moshe Rabbeinu was trying to show that I don't have to daven long to show my concern and my care for Miriam. I could daven very short and I would still have my right concern for Miriam. Interesting twist on this Rashi.